Hi, Leslie. So I just watched this, the first lesson that you sent, and I thought it'd be easier if I gave you some feedback just this way. So I'm looking at your lesson plan. And the first thing you did was SHCH. What I thought was good, because this was really, one of your words their way, something that kind of you identified as a potential discrimination challenge that she had between SH and CH. What I liked was that you had her listen. Now I think she got 100%, so she is able to discriminate those sounds. She can listen. She knows which one it is. I didn't see the visual phonics being done correctly. So if you're going to use visual phonics, use the right sh and ch for the sounds. And they are different in that one is a continuant shh and the other is plosive. So, but anyway, I thought that was good, and then you had her write 5 words, and I think really, and this will be something that I want to emphasize throughout the whole thing. You really do have to tell her why you're doing some of this. So, I think I want to make sure you understand the difference between words that begin with sh and words that begin with ch, ch, ch. So we're going to write 5 words, and we're going to do it kind of quickly. She doesn't do a lot quickly, so I think you kind of have to make these very explicit instructions. So I thought, but I think it might be easier and a little bit more fun if you use a whiteboard. She has, and you see this as she writes a lot. You have her write a lot. She erases a lot. I'm not exactly sure why she erases. You perhaps, because you can kind of see what's on her paper, you might be able to tell a little bit more about why it is she erases. But I think the whiteboard might be, again, it'll make it quicker, and that's basically what you wanted to do. Write 5 words that start with CH and SH and get them spelled correctly. So that's good. The second was to reread the book about the zoo. Now, that is not a book that has a whole lot about characters and setting. I do think the setting is the zoo is good, and the characters, what we didn't know, and what kind of I kept thinking, oh, please, talk about this. We, who is we? And so when you talk about characters, well, is it the little boy in the book? And so then when you do a retelling, it has to be the boy went to the zoo. The boy saw that whatever. Because the we is not, when you're retelling, she really is just reciting the text when she uses we. So if you're going to do a book like this, which is, I thought she did real well with the rereading, and obviously that's because she had read it before. But when you're going to do a retelling, the character has to be who's in the story. And then it's just real hard to retell. She saw lots of animals. You may have to do a little bit more modeling with her on retelling. You do this on predict, which I thought was good. But she didn't quickly have the language to kind of, to do this. So let's teach her how to do a retelling. Let's teach her how to say, the book is about a boy who goes to the zoo. She doesn't have that language, and so you're going to have to model this. Again, you're going to have to kind of speed this up a little bit in terms of the pace. But doing the retelling before about the characters or who was in the book and where the book took place, and then it really is more about her remembering all the animals. He saw lots of animals. He saw blah, comma, blah, comma, blah, comma, blah. So you have to kind of think about what you want her, how you want her to retell it. What's the structure for this text? So this could have been a whole lot quicker, I think. She might need to keep, let's see what I'm writing. I'm reading my notes. Oh, you would have to tell her how to do it. And how can you help her? And you asked her about is that a sentence? Well, there's a lot of teaching that has to happen. And some of it is just saying, That's not a sentence. That's a phrase. I need more. So be a little bit more direct with some of your explicit teaching. Then the third activity was the writing. Again, I think she needs to know why you're doing this. And it has to be a little bit more interesting, because this book wasn't very interesting. There wasn't a whole lot. I mean, maybe you could write a sentence that said, let's write a sentence that tells about all the animals that she saw, that this little boy saw. The boy saw this, comma, this, comma, this, comma, this, comma, this. And you had her, I think you wrote the sentences, and then you had her copy. I think I would not do that because it takes her too long and you really want to get the sentence structure. So I think I would pull out a sentence strip and I would write as she's telling you and you're constructing together, and then do the cut up sentences and have her put it in order. And I think part of that is because she just struggles a little bit with writing, and it'll get more smooth as you do this over and over again. The next activity was, you had her filling in sentences. So I guess I didn't know why you did both. Writing the sentence and then having her fill in a sentence in a blank. I think I would have done the collaborative, coming up with a nice sentence that you can guide her to. The boy went to the zoo and saw this, 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 and this. That's a nice long sentence that she can put together. And then I would not do the this one right here, this activity. The word work. Okay, I love that you did the sort. I thought that was really good. She got it 100%. So, but what I think that you, again, some explicit teaching here. The beginnings, you have to really be very explicit about. Now we're going to listen for the beginning sound. Remember we did shh, which is long, and ch, which is kind of short. And you made that point earlier at the beginning. And then have her say the sound. Sometimes she said the word and emphasized the vowel in the middle. So she was going A for chain. And that's not what you want her to focus on. You want her to focus on ch, ain. And listen for that first sound. So that was what your target was. So make sure that you're exaggerating, you're having her exaggerate and saying, you're exaggerating the sound you want her to listen for. So I thought that the sort was good. She did 100%. Where are you going to go now? What's next? So then you did introduce the new book. I thought the picture walk was good. I think I would start with, we're going to make a prediction. And the prediction is going to be like this. And you actually did this. I think this was the best part of your lesson. When you gave her the model. I predict something. Okay, now let's look through the book. Right? Make that quicker. Not a whole lot. Just real quick. Then go back. Okay, now let's fill out the prediction. I predict, what did we see? And don't do the because that took that was more than she could do. But do the, I predict that Tiger is going to hide from her, or wants to hide, or whatever she says. But that was so good when you said, I predict helping her, because she doesn't have that language. She doesn't have the language to say, the characters are this, the setting is this, and that's what we want to model and have her almost copy in some ways. So I thought then, and then the reading of the book was good. You know, she has a lot of trouble with some very simple sight words like come and here. And so you might want to work a little bit with some sight words. Maybe I would do that at the beginning for quick writing, do some sight words, and then save the CH and SH words for when you're working on doing the word work. I wonder what her sight words are. You probably have a good idea because you did the QRI, so you know what are some. The other is she needs to point while she's reading, not you. And so that's going to help her with fluency, as if she's pointing and reading. She's at a lower level book, and so that's part of what the goals are. Nice conversation around prediction. And let's see. Well, you had this nice discussion about her dog. And has her dog ever hidden with her? That's pulling up background knowledge. That comes at the beginning when you were introducing the book. And after she makes the prediction, or maybe while you just look at the front cover of the book, that's where that conversation happens, not at the end. I also think you have to help her think and read in phrases versus individual words, but that may be what you do on the reread. So I think that you did a nice job on this one. There were many good things. You've got an order. Here's my overall, and this is what I'm going to look for in the next one. I'm looking for your use of technique, for your very purposeful use of direct, explicit strategies. I'm ignoring that. To help her understand what your goal is and how to get there. So the most explicit thing you did, as I remember, was when you said, I predict, that's what we're looking for. I predict, like, what's going to happen. Okay, now let's look at the pictures. Let's do a quick picture walk. Then go back and have her use that phrase. That was very explicit. That was a good technique. So I'd like to see much more purposeful technique. I think you're getting there, though, because this was a nice plan. You did a lot of good things with her. She's a little confusing. She should be reading better than she is. And part of it, I think, is you got to move with her a little bit, move the pace up a little bit, and that might help. Okay, good. I'm going to look at the next one. See ya. Bye.